Another important issue is power of attorney outside Bangladesh, which is governed by Power of Attorney Rules 2015. Power of attorney is a document that also allows the applicant staying abroad to appoint a person or organization to manage his or her affairs in Bangladesh. This power of attorney is processed in accordance with the Power of Attorney Act or Rules 2015. The applicants or the principals are required to follow the format of doing power of attorney before submitting the complete application to the mission. That means when any principal wants to make any power of attorney outside Bangladesh, then that power of attorney is processed in accordance with the Power of Attorney Rules 2015, and few rules must be followed. Number 1. When an individual is residing outside Bangladesh wishing to execute power of attorney, as per law, it has to follow Schedule 1 of Form 3 of the Power of Attorney Rule 2015 for executing the power of attorney. Therefore, Schedule 1 of Form 3 must be filled by the principal. Number 2, both the person who is executing the power of attorney and constituted attorney or attorney in fact would have to attach their recent passport size photograph with the power of attorney, and will have to attest the same by putting signature and thumb impression on it. So it is necessary to put signature and to attach their recent passport size photocopies, and there means both the principal and the constituted attorney. Number 3. The same will then have to be executed in the presence of the appropriate officer, which in the context of individuals residing outside Bangladesh is the concerned officer of the Bangladeshi embassy in that country. That means if you are residing in Sweden, then you have to execute the power of attorney in the presence of the officer of Swedish embassy. So first you have to execute the power of attorney in presence of that specific country's embassy. Number 4, the executed power of attorney there will be thereafter be sent to Bangladesh. That means when you executed your power of attorney, for example, when you executed your power of attorney in Sweden, after executing that power of attorney, you will be sent to Bangladesh. Number 5. Within 2 months of reaching Bangladesh, it has to be submitted to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for its attestation and duly stamped within 3 months. So after getting your power of attorney, attorney or constituted attorney or attorney in fact can submit that power of attorney to the Minister of Affairs for attestation and duly stamped. That means you have to provide some stamp duty within 3 months. After submitting, the concerned person or by the authorized person of Minister of Foreign by the authorized person of Minister of Foreign Affairs will do the attention of the sealed and sign of that certificate. That means when you submitted your power of attorney to the Ministry of Foreigners, then the authorized person of the Ministry of Foreigners will put their seal and sign as it is a proper power of attorney. And the last one, in case where the power of attorney is required to be registered, it shall be submitted to the concerned sub-register office in Bangladesh within 4 months from the date on which the power of attorney was received in Bangladesh. We already discussed about registration in our past few videos, so you have to fulfill that part. And here the time limitation of registration is 4 months, not 3 months. We already knew that there were two parts. Now, one is for 3 months, another one is for 4 months. This power of attorney outside Bangladesh, the person or the principal will get 4 months from the date on which the power of attorney was received in Bangladesh. So that's all for power of attorney outside Bangladesh. Next point is stamp duty of power of attorney. As we already knew, stamp duty is the government tax on legal documents for transferring any power or for transferring any legal title. That's why it is mandatory by imposing duties to the parties or giving tax to the government by specific stamp paper. Stamp papers which would be used for execution of power of attorney are called non-judicial stamp papers. Section 5 of the Power of Attorney Rules 2015 explains about the stamp duty for making power of attorney. According to this section, it has to be duly stamped according to Schedule 1 and Serial 48 of the Stamp Act 1899. That means Section 5 of the Power of Attorney Rules 2015 explains about stamp duty for making power of attorney. And the duly stamped according to Schedule 1 and Serial 48 of the Power of the Stamp Act 1899. Now, Schedule 1 and Serial 48 of the Stamp Act 1899 states, first, when executed for the sole purpose of procuring the registration of one or more document in relation to a single transaction or for admitting execution of one or more such documents, then the stamp duty is Taka 500. That means 500 Taka stamp for one single transaction or sole purpose that can be made by one or more documents. You can also consider this as specific or special power of attorney, but for only one purpose. Therefore, if a person or principal wants to authorize someone to act as a power of attorney on his behalf for three purposes, or attorney serves three different subject matters by one power of attorney, then it must be paid total 1500 Taka, because 500 Taka for each purpose. Next one is when executed for the purpose of the Section 2, Clause 7 of the Power of Attorney Act 2012. And this section says that general power of attorney and the stamp duty is Taka 1000. That means for general power of attorney, which is in wide range where no specific subject matter is indicated in the power of attorney or in the document of power of attorney, then the stamp duty is 1000 Taka. Stamp duty is 1000 Taka. Next one is When power of attorney given by a loanee while obtaining loans, advances or any other credit facilities from any scheduled bank or financial institution, empowering such bank or institution to release the loan amount from him in the event of default by him by selling his immovable property, then the stamp duty is 1000 taka. That means power of attorney for different types of financial transaction or facilities from scheduled bank or financial institution must be covered by paying 1000 taka as stamp duty. Now, scheduled bank means a scheduled bank as defined in clause J of Article 2 of the Bangladesh Bank Order 1972. That means a bank included in the list of banks under the Bank Order 1972. Here I already referred a link of Stamp Act 1899 where you will find all these informations also. Thank you. That's all for today. Hopefully, very soon we will meet by Google Classroom as consultation hour. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me on Google Classroom as consultation hour.